Um, so it's 6:50 a.m. and I'm about to do exams number 5 and 6. And today, the reason why I'm waking up this early is because the school is really, really far away from here. Not really, really, really. I mean, it's just on another district. So I'm gonna have to take a bus over there. Let's go. So, yes, I have a bit of a bright background. Wow. April 28th, boys and girls, April 28th. I'll go so far as to say this. Today might be one of the best days of the year so far. I know that's a bold statement, but I mean it's kind of true. It's crazy how fruitful today was. So I'm gonna tell the whole story, and it's kind of fucking crazy how things turned out today. It's kind of fucking crazy. I It seems like I've never talked about Trev before. I'm gonna give you a little background here. Trev. Who is Trev? Trev is a boy in Class B. I don't know him that well. He doesn't know me at all. He was the ex-boyfriend of Linda, and now Linda's boyfriend is Darnell. But that's besides the point. So Trev and me and him, we are in the same math class, but we don't talk to each other that much. But I am friends with Oliver, and Oliver is friends with everyone, so of course Trev knows Oliver pretty well. And since Trev is also in B class, guess who else is in B class? Tyrus. Yes, Tyrus was in B class, and guess whose friend? And guess who's Tyrus and my mutual friend? Natalie. Right, because I am friends with Natalie, and Tyrus is also a close friend of Natalie. So is Idris, who is in C class, who is also related to Mary. And then we have Natalie. Natalie's we are friends, and then I'm also friends with Leo. And Leo was also a classmate with me and Tyrus, as well as what's his name? Anthony. I don't know. And then Anthony and Tyrus were great friends right now as well. All right. So what happened today? It's kind of fucking crazy. Okay, I left the apartment on 6:55 ish, and I went to the bus station, and I got on the bus to the school and to the schools. Okay, and I've never been to that school, so I was like a little confused. But on the bus, 95% of the passengers are all 12th graders, and there's even an announcement on the bus telling us, if you're taking the exam, relax, don't stress out, don't work too hard, take some rest, blah blah blah, calm down. There is a special announcement for the exam takers of the city, okay? And it's on the fucking bus. 95% of the passengers are all exam takers, warriors, fighters. Anyways, I arrived, I followed the crowd, and eventually I ended up in my school, which seems like a really small school. Not my school, but the school that I was assigned to go to take the English reading and writing exam. And in there, I saw Tyrus, and we talked for a while, and we waited for a while, and we were like, okay, are we the only two-person? Psych, nope. So is Anthony, whom I actually know a little bit because me, Cedric, and Anthony had been to the protest last year, and I also talked to Anthony quite a bit in Form 3 or Year 9 or Grade 9. And aside from Anthony, we also have Trev, also from B class, and Tobias from D class, who was a classmate of mine in 8th grade, but I never really knew him. He never really knew me. We never really talked to each other. Did we? I forgot. I think we were in the same project though. Like we had done like a project together or something. Anyways, so Tobias was there, and another girl from D class was there, and Tobias is like a super popular kid now. He's kind of a plus-sized boy, obese, but pretty cool, pretty chill. So anyways, the exam starts. I went to the hall and we did the English reading, and it's actually it's okay. It's not that tough. It's not that difficult. It's okay in my opinion. I was able to finish it on time, of course. Of course, Natalie's gonna do it in high speed because she's Barry Allen, of course. And afterwards we went out, and I gotta be honest here. When I was doing the reading paper, god damn, it's really hot today. It's 28 degrees Celsius. We don't use Fahrenheit. So after exam 1, English reading, we have exam 2, English writing, which is an exam that I've been anticipating because I'm good at this shit. So, the paper is easy. And I don't mean to sound cocky, but trust me. For part A, the compulsory part, the part where every single student in the world must do, is a restaurant review. You basically need to review a restaurant. You don't even have to write a letter, not a letter of complaint, not a report, not an article, not anything, not a proposal. You know, it's just a review of a restaurant review, and they give us so little. The question is basically, oh, there's this new very popular dim sum restaurant. Write a review in terms of anything you like, food, service, whatever. And it's more like a battle of creativity. Of course, given that it's me, of course, it's going to be very fucking creative. But I did try. And I went all the way from all sorts of foods and dim sums. I know like 12 types of dim sums. So, you know, of course, why wouldn't I know? It should be a shame. I should be ashamed of myself if I don't know at least 12 kinds of dim sum. I'm from Hong Kong. Anyways, but what really hit is part B, the optional part. The optional part isn't the part where you can choose to do or not. You still have to do it nonetheless, but you can actually choose which question you want to do. So there are 9 questions. It includes, news report, article, letters, little more articles, editorials, yada yada. And of course, given that it's me, I'm gonna write story. I'm gonna write a fictional story. And it's a risky choice, because if you suck at English, you'll get very low marks, but I don't suck at English, so I picked the story, and the topic is basically, a journalist is sent to a research station in the Arctic where the staff went missing one by one. And I was like, oh, holy shit, that's a good story topic, okay? That is good. That's not some of the the whole environmental save the planet bullshit story. I get it, save the planet, it's important, I know, but finally an interesting story title that I am actually interested in, and of course I write the hell out of this topic. I added paper, which is really nice. I don't see a lot of people add paper, which is weird. It's the DSEs, be a little more competent, guys. But I added paper. I didn't write that much, but I added paper nonetheless. And it was great. I was happy about it. And surprisingly, Natalie didn't pick the story. Actually, not surprising, because Natalie isn't exactly a good story writer. Her stories suck. But more about her later. Tyrus didn't pick it. Tyrus originally wanted to pick it, and he said he knew about the whole SPC Foundation thing, and he was like, "Oh, it's literally the premise to the SPC Foundation." He has a British accent. Okay, afterwards, what happened is pretty of the fucking crazy variety. So, I thought that Anthony and Trev would be outside waiting for Tyrus and me. I went outside the school and I saw Tyrus. I met up with him. Oh, and I also saw a primary school classmate whom I haven't spoken to in 4 years or something. And he went up to me and say, "Hi, you remember me?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I remember you." But in fact, when I saw him at first, I was like, "Okay, this guy has a familiar face, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure." And later on, he went up to me and say, "Oh, hey," and I was like, "Oh shit, it's actually you! What?" And another primary school student greeted me. I mean, that school is situated in a district where I used to live. I used to live when I was in elementary school, so that makes a lot of sense. Anyways, back to Tyrus. So me and Tyrus, we were on top of the mountain. And if you've seen my January 1st protest video, yes, that is the exact mountain that me and Tyrus was on a few hours ago. For 3 hours ago, I and Tyrus were on that mountain once again. Vietnam flashbacks. I'm going to give you a little context here. On January 1st, 2020, me, Cedric, and Tyrus, we ran all the way up the mountain to the other side of the mountain in order to escape the cops and the chaotic protests and try to go back home safely. But on the way, I accidentally lost my wallet. So I and Cedric decided to walk all the way back up and back down to the original spot that we were at. That was tragic. Anyways, Vietnam flashbacks. Afterwards, Tyrus was like, "Okay, whoa, where is Anthony and Trev? Where is Anthony and Trev?" So he called them, and they were actually on the other side of the mountain. They walked the other way. They left the school already. So Tyrus said, "Okay, meet me at beside the subway station, you know." So we walked all the way to the subway station, which is exactly across the street of Natalie's apartment. And so we were running there because I guess we were running out of time and we were hungry. So my legs are incredibly sore right now. Anyways, we arrived at beside the subway station, across the street of Natalie's apartment, and I jokingly took a photo of the apartment and I sent it to Natalie, and I said, "Haha, don't worry, we won't hurt your cats," you know, like a joke. And then she's like, "What? Where the fuck are you two?" So Natalie and Tyrus, Natalie came to see us, and I haven't seen Natalie in like a couple weeks or something. And oh my gosh, Natalie's wearing, okay, in USA it's very common, but A, we're in Hong Kong. B, you're taking the fucking exams. You're taking not only any exams, the fucking DSEs. It's the crazy ultimate final epic official exam, okay, of your life. And he's wearing this really tight, sexy, sort of cute shirt, showing a little belly, and like the shirt is somewhat tight, and it's sort of it, like at the belly button the shirt sort of tightens. So she had her, so you know, her tits are pretty obviously shown. And then on top of that, she had a masochist or some sort of succubus or some sort of a gothic Lolita necklace or something, like a little gray necklace with a little metallic piece here. And I'm like, what the fuck? I get it, you're cute and you're thick, But it's the fucking exams, okay? Anyways, she said hi to both me and Tyrus, and then went back to her very horrifying apartment. And then at the same time, Trev and Anthony came by, and I was a little conflicted. Like, okay, should I go home now and have lunch at home, or actually should I have lunch with them? Which is an irrational decision, but given that it is already 1:30 p.m., might as well have lunch with them. So at the end, I made a very irrational decision to have lunch with them, and they were like, "Oh, let's have lunch at a district." And I was like, whoa, I live there. So we all took a bus to that district, and we all chatted. Apparently, Anthony is also a fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Like, he was like, oh my god! And I was like, hey, Joseph Joestar. And he was like, whoa, man of culture. And Tyrus was like, yeah, he watches, JoJo too. I also showed Anthony and Tyrus some memes on my phone, which is hilarious. So we went to the place near our district, my district, and we went to this beef noodle restaurant in this very famous street of restaurants. And apparently Tyrus's family friends run this restaurant or something. So we went inside. We had a bowl of noodles. It was a little awkward. Like, I and Trev, we sit together. Like, the seats are like in a round table. There's a glass pane, actually a plastic plane, because social distancing. And Tyrus and Anthony sat together, and they chatted, they talked, and I and Trev, we sat together, and we had nothing to say. It was quite awkward, but at the end we were like, we weren't hostile to each other. Like, he asked me, are you full? Like, do you want to eat something else? And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm full, I think I'm fine. But yeah, at the end, we were all pretty chill, and then they left, and I walked back home, and that's basically today. So yeah, pretty cool. And while I was speaking, before I saw Natalie, I saw Tyrus looking at his phone in his WhatsApp group with Natalie and Idris. Idris was like, "Fuck, I fucked up." And Natalie's like, no, I am the one who fucked up. Like, I was too slow, even though he was like fucking Barry Allen. And then we bumped into Natalie. And when I was with Natalie, Natalie's boyfriend was texting me asking which question did I do. And I told him, hey, I just saw Natalie. And he was like, whoa, you just saw my girlfriend? What? And I was also talking to Leo at the same time, whose girlfriend, Pink, is the ex-girlfriend of Tyrus, who is also beside me at the same time. And Tyrus and Cedric are also friends, and I also texted Cedric at the same time. Like, it's such a small world we live in, and it's fucking crazy. And I constantly question if I'm doing the right thing now, like me staying in Hong Kong, finishing the exams, even though if I decide to suddenly go to USA and study college there and have a new life there, I can actually do that. I can actually disappear and make my existence completely go away. Am I wasting my time here? I don't think so. I had a meal with Tyrus, Anthony, and Trev. Okay, if I hadn't stayed, this wouldn't happen. If I hadn't stayed, in fact, I wouldn't be able to go to Tyrus, Leo, and Pink's apartment 4 times and have dinner with them as well. If I left Hong Kong and went to USA straight away, I will not be able to have the protest experience twice with Cedric and Tyrus and Anthony. If I have left the USA, I wouldn't be able to talk to Mary ever again. I wouldn't be able to get closer to everyone. And also, there's this new meme format, because this LS paper is fucking ridiculous. There's this little cartoon thing, and so I make a very quick meme on my Instagram story, and Kingsley, the Chad, the lolly magnet, the Chad, the super strong and smart father of all, the big boss, he replied to my Instagram story, which is pretty fun, haha. But yeah. again, if I had left Hong Kong and if I am in the USA right now, all of these things would not happen. Okay? Like like I wouldn't be able to, get close to everyone. And come to think of it, like I'm actually slightly close to every gang in the class. It's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. Like I'm friends with Pink, I'm friends with Leo, so two gangs already, and Kingsley's okay with me. I'm okay with Ernest as well. Grant is friends with me. I'm friends with Natalie. I and Maria can talk. I and Tyrus can talk, and he's in another class. I and Mary, I don't know, but fuck, man, I want to talk to her. I just want to talk. I just want to talk. But yeah, there's that. I'm so fucking tired. I slept for like 5 hours this morning, and I just ran all the way down the hill. Great. Uh, Also, regards to what Natalie wore today, she didn't reveal too much skin, but that shirt was really tight. Anyways, doesn't fucking matter. It's 5:15 now, and I am going to do three things today. I want to do three things, but I don't think I'll be able to. But it's whatevs. I want to do three things. I want to try. If not, then I'll do two things. One of them, it's necessary, and that is the English integration exam practice. Number two, I want to finish up 2018 mathematics paper 2. Number three, if I have time, I want to do trial 3, but I don't, given that I'm so exhausted right now and that I don't have much time, I want to do it tomorrow, but tomorrow I need to go to the dentist as well. So, there's that. So, it's 10:15 p.m. I am so fucking tired. Okay? I almost fell asleep watching YouTube videos. That's how tired I am. Nonetheless, I did like a couple of, actually a few maths questions, but I think I have become 12 times dumber because I'm tired right now. So I couldn't solve half of them for some reason. It was like my brain shut off. And since it's already late and I want to sleep early because I am it's it I'm so exhausted it hurts. Like every time I walk, I have to use so much force, and it's like I don't feel like moving my body. I'm this tired, and I don't even know why. It's not like I slept for 3 hours this morning. I slept for 5. Actually, 4.5. Yeah, actually 4.5 technically, because I went to bed at 1, but I wouldn't fall asleep immediately. Yeah, because I went to bed at 1, but I wouldn't fall asleep immediately. Anyways, right now I'll start revising maths. I'll push that to tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm gonna do 2018 maths and physics 2017, and maybe some Chinese. And right now I'm gonna do some English integration exercise, which I have not done for the past 97 days or so. And we are about uh um we are about how many hours away from the next exam? Goddamn, time flies so fast. It's fucking ridiculous. We are, I can't even think right now. We are 10 hours away. So yeah. So to explain how listening and integration works, First of all, we have the listening part, which are usually extremely easy, where you listen to a recording about half an hour long, and as you listen to it, you write the answers like this, and we have tasks 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Boom. But that is not the end. Now we are talking about the thing. What am I? But that's not the end, because we have this. And also this. And also this. We need to write 3, okay? 3 separate passages. Sometimes an email, sometimes an article, and sometimes a report, a proposal, a speech. I don't know, it can be anything. A report, So 3 different things. And the content you need to write is all in this book. The data files, right? And on the first page, it's actually another listening task where you have to write down a bunch of notes following these topics. And then these are basically the 3 tasks that we need to do. And then here are a bunch of data, and you need to categorize them if they belong to task 1 or 2 or 3 out of the 3 passages. Again, it could be a letter, it can be a speech, it can be a report, a proposal, a reply, it can be anything. So basically there's that, and I don't know if I have enough time to finish them all. Come on, 6 pages, right? But if I don't have time, I will at least write bullet points, even though that's kind of pointless, because the organization and the appropriacy marks are also important. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. The head of the delivery team, Joe Hui, would like some updates from us to review the current. Okay, so first item for the report, I'm summarizing. Okay, summarizing. So current delivery practices. Comments about our delivery practices. Solutions. What the company is going to do to relieve pressure. Okay, for the article, it's about popularity, benefits, and warning. I'll use this and this. Health assurances. Focus on the work-related ones. Lastly, draft an email on my behalf on reply to Raymond's message. First, thank him for being interested in the product. Mention all the promotions. Whoever the moment, pass on my contact details. Please also state the total dollar amount. I just wrote all this, and I sent it to Natalie to let her teach me how to do it. Let her teach me how to be perfect at this shit. This is Natalie's domain, okay? This is Natalie's domain. Today, for English writing, that's my domain. It is me. And for English reading, that is Kingsley/Tires' domain. Bruh. She's already finished reading it after 5 seconds. Okay, it's 11:35. 9 hours away. I did task 10 and I don't want to do the rest. Okay? I don't want to. Okay? I'm good. Natalie says I'm good, so I'm good. Okay? That's all. The appropriacy, I guess I can check some other stuff. The content, organization, I don't know, have more sleep, get a clear head. I have my radio ready. 200 Hong Kong dollars, man. Can't waste this shit. Fuck. So, right now it's 7:34 a.m. and I'm about to take the exam number 7. 7 out of 16. So, after I finish this one, I will only have 9 more to go. And this is also going to be the last one for a while. And by a while, I mean 3 days. So, yeah. It's going to be English listening and integration. And yeah, let's go. I'm going back to the same school yesterday. And for Chinese exams, I also have to go back to the same school. So, I need to get on a bus. So, I have returned from my 7th battle, my English listening and integration exam, and some interesting things happened as well. So when I arrived, I was a little panicking when I arrived because not when I arrived, when I left this place, because this exam started at 9:30, and so we should arrive at the school at around 45 minutes before the exam starts. But I didn't know if there are any buses available at around 7:50 for me to get on, so that I can arrive at around 8:30 or 8:45. But at the end, I arrived anyway. It was pretty cool. I listened to some music, yay! But also, I brought my little radio device, and I feel like I was scammed because I paid $200 for this, and an earphone, a pair of earphones are included, which is like, what the fuck? I already have one. Why wasn't it included? Why wasn't it excluded in the purchase? Then it would have been cheaper. Second of all, I forgot to put the batteries into the radio. I was a dumbass apparently, and I was panicking. I raised my hands twice just to ask the invigilators, the exam guys, the exam people, what do I do? I don't have the batteries. So I asked the first guy, and the first guy was like, sorry, we don't have batteries. We can't provide you with that. You have to go to the special hearing center, the special hearing rooms. So I waited and waited and waited, and after 45 minutes of rules, 45 minutes, the invigilator, the head invigilator, were talking about the rules, all that good stuff. And at the end, apparently a bunch of people, 7 of us in the school hall, also needed to go to the special hearing center. So we all went up there, and there are so many other students who had to go there as well. And the first classroom, the first center for special hearing, was already full. So I went to the second one, and a few people were also beside me. And I was like, thank God it wasn't Chinese listening, because if it's Chinese listening, I would be panicking. But it's actually English listening, so it's easy peasy. For the paper itself, it's also extremely easy, horrifyingly so, because if the paper is easy, then a lot of people in Hong Kong will be good at it, and that's a good thing. I want other people to suck at it so that I can be better. Yeah, it's you or me, it's us and them, it's if they are just as good as you are, then you are at a disadvantage, because you should be way better, because it's a curved line, our scores actually depend on the standard deviation. So if everyone's good at the paper, then the stakes are so much higher. So yeah, standard deviation for the lose, I guess. I finished the whole thing with a couple minutes to spare, because I was paying a lot of attention, I guess. But I thought I did pretty well. I thought I did okay, not perfect. Not that I'm looking back, I realized that I've missed a couple of things, but hey, the listening part was pretty great, the integration part was okay, and I think I may be able to secure a 5 double star for English. And of course, Natalie brags about how it's so fucking easy. Well, I'm gonna have lunch now, and I am going to speed and blast to the dentist's office later, and wish me luck. Yay! Okay, so I have just gotten back from the dentist, and yeah, this I got for myself is oh my shit, it's everywhere. This is cookie and cream pie in McDonald's. I really don't know how the fuck am I gonna do this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this. I really don't know. Oh my god, I actually solved one math problem which I couldn't solve 2 days ago or yesterday because I was so sleepy and exhausted yesterday, but today I actually have the energy for some reason. Okay, here we go. In the figure, ABCDE is a regular pentagon. AD and CE intersect at point F, which of the following are true. So first of all, how did I prove CD equals to CF? First of all, DFE, which is this angle, okay? DFE equals to 180 degrees minus 108 minus x times 2. And the reason for 108 is that it's a regular pentagon, so every angle must be n minus 2 times 1 over 180 degrees over n equals 108 degrees. This is the formula for the angle of the interior angle of each and this is basically the formula for the degree of each interior angle in a polygon, and n is the number of sides. So anyway, 108 degrees minus x, because let's say this is x. If this is x, then this is x, right? Because they're sort of in the same segment, even though we can't really prove that, but let's just say they are the same, and they're most likely the same. So 180 degrees minus this thing. So now it's this thing, FDE, this thing, times 2, because you're sure that this and this are the same. Then we get DFE, which is actually 108 degrees. I couldn't prove it in here yesterday, so I proved it now. And how I proved it is that I knew x was 72 degrees. And the reason why I knew x was 72 degrees is that this is 36. And the reason why I knew this was 36 is because DEF, this one, is 108. And we know this and this are the same. So 180 degrees minus 108 over 2 is 36. If this is 36, then this is 36. If this is 36, then this is 72. So x is 72. So now x is 72, and this is 36, and this is 36. And we can find that this is 108, and this is 72. So this is 72, that is 72. So CD equals to CF, 1. For number 2, ABF is congruent to CBF, which is basically this triangle and this triangle. Well, I didn't really use much logic, but CF is very likely to be the same as FA. First of all. Second of all, this is 72. So CFA, this angle, should be 180 degrees minus 72, which is 108 degrees. So BFA and CFB should also be 54 degrees. So if these two angles are both 54 degrees, which makes 2 right, then 3 should be right also, because AFB plus EAF is 9 degrees. This is EAF, 36, and this is AFB. And if this is 54, 54 plus 36 is 90 degrees, which makes all three of them right. That's why it is D. Okay, I just solved another one. For question 21, in the figure ABCD is a trapezium where angle ABC and BAD are also right angles. E and F are points on AB such that EF divide AB into 3 equal parts, so AE equals to EF equals to FB. For 1, AF sine alpha equals to BE sine beta. So AF is actually the same as EB. So EB sine alpha is, well, this one. Oh, wait a second. Yes, I'm correct, but... Oh, no, I'm dumb. EB sine alpha equals to EC. And then BE sine beta. So BE equals to FA, sine beta equals to DF. And even though it seems like DF and CE are not the same, 3 makes even less sense, given that AD tangent alpha is actually shorter than BC tangent beta, because if you put AD over here, then it's really short, but with the same angle as alpha, it's just going to be shorter than EB. But for BC tangent beta, say move BC into here, so longer. Same angle though, which means BC tangent beta is even longer than AF. So 3 must be wrong. 2 is right because this is easy, because CE cosine alpha is CB, and DC DF, DF cosine beta is this one. Wait, what? DA is shorter than BC, so oh no, AF and EB are the same. That's why 2 is right. That's why it has to be A. So Leo spoke to me, and he said that I would get a mark penalty for the English listening paper because I forgot to bring the batteries, which is fucking motherfucking, oh my fucking god. I'm so disappointed in myself. I don't know why I did not test the fucking radio until I arrived there. Like, I should have tested. It's the fucking DSEs, okay? It depends. Your life depends on it, and you didn't even try to test a fucking instrument before the fucking exam. 20 fucking 4 hours before the fucking exam. Are you fucking kidding me? I am pissed. So it's true. I read the rules. Leo read the rules and screenshot to me that there would be a mark penalty for not bringing the radio, not bringing the radio, not bringing the batteries in the radio, not bringing earphones, but you will not get your marks deducted if, say, you don't have you don't have good reception on your radio. You will also get a mark deduction if your radio is oversized or if it isn't suitable for the listening exam. So that's very unfortunate. And then I checked. I wanted to know how many marks have I lost, and it says 1%. First of all, I'm happy that it's in percentage, because if it's in integers, if it's in fucking integers, it's a huge deal. But fortunately, people are slightly smarter than that percentage. So if I get God, deity, divine levels, okay, like divine scores, losing 1% isn't like the end of the world or anything. So, I mean, thank God it's not 2% or 5%. 5% can decapitate my head and slash all the arterioles in my body. So thank God. But Yeah, 1% is still a little risky because the standard deviation of the scores this year is going to be extremely small because it's a very fucking easy paper. Um, so I don't know if 1% is gonna like bring me down by I don't know. Hopefully not a full grade because I want to secure that 5 double star. I really want to secure that 5 double star because come on, if I don't get a 5 double star in English, really? Like yeah, honestly it doesn't really matter all that much since I'm already planning to go to the USA, but still I deserve it. Not only because it serves as a perfect backup plan in case my plan in going to school in the USA fails and I need to go to school here in Hong Kong, but more importantly, it's for personal glory. And now that I'm saying this, it's like I'm belittling my grave mistake of having 1% of my English paper 3 marks deducted. Will not make that mistake once again. But yeah, also a little mad because I paid $200 for that fucking radio, and a pair of earphones are included, and I feel totally scammed. And I'm only going to be using it once because I didn't use it today, so I'm only going to be using it for Chinese listening. $200, real fuckingly. Like the whole thing was a total catastrophe, not catastrophe, but the whole thing was a shit show. Um, yeah. Well, hey, at least I got to try the special hearing room experience, even though you don't have to get your marks deducted to go there. You technically don't have to. But yeah, grave mistake on my part. I was dumb. My IQ got uh, deducted as well, probably. Uh, I'm so dumb. Like, how could I make such insane mistake? I did not test the radio. I did not test the radio to the exam that I'm supposed to be extremely serious about. I don't know. I don't know what to say. The past is the past though. And I feel like I don't have the capacity to be angry now. I just can't. Fuck emotions, man. Where's the stoicism? Um, I don't know. Let's just say I made an error. An error occurred in my system. And, let's just say that on top of the overwhelming fear that there's knowledge out there in the universe that I have not acquired, I I am also occasionally approached by fate. Ah, shit. I can't do the fucking chat. I don't have I don't have the mood. B, it's already 10:15 p.m. and I really want to take a rest, but maths is important, so I'm gonna do maths. I'm gonna finish up maths 2018 as promised. My god, my god. Okay, so let's say what is even the okay, so let's say I got um oh my okay, so I don't let's say if I got and 85%. 85%. Actually, you know what? I'm better than that. 88. 88% in my English listening paper. Now, minus 1%. 87.12. If 1% can downgrade, can push me down a grade, I'm going to fucking drive a bulldozer into the school and smash down every single brick and grind them into dust. So please don't let 1 fucking percent push me down by 1 grade. Because if that happens, I don't know how I will react, but I will react. And not in a good way. I want to die. This is driving me crazy. Fuck me. It's 11:47 p.m. now. I'm gonna take a rest and use the computer and listen to some music. I also finished maths, 2018 paper 2, and I got 37 out of 45, which is surprisingly not that bad. And when I looked at the statistics on the paper, apparently this is pretty difficult. Some questions here are like 20%, which means that only 20% of the exam takers were able to solve it, which is pretty fucking crazy. I was able to solve the 20% question. I'm in the top 20. Top 20%. Oh god. There are some questions that are really easy too, but I just didn't know how to answer. I knew how to answer, but I was careless. But yeah. This is basically the 20% question, where you have a line, and the line is 2x plus 5y equals to a, and it cuts the x-axis and y-axis at P and Q respectively. And then there's another point R on the y-axis. You don't know the coordinate. And the orthocenter of PRQ is on 10 something. So the x-coordinate of the orthocenter of PRQ is 10. And you don't know any of the 3 coordinates. You know the slope of QR though, QP. And I still managed to solve it with logic, I guess. Not much with calculation, but with my own logic. Because Rx and QX must always be perpendicular, because that's how orthocenters work. So I sort of worked that out by myself, which is awesome. But yeah. Also this question, which I actually got correct as well. 28%. Oh my god. A lot of people died because of this question. I got it right though. I don't know what's so tough about it, but okay. Okay. There's that. Also, for the English listening paper, I forgot to write yours sincerely at the end of a letter, even though there were only like 3 or 2 minutes left, and I was like slightly panicking. That put me in a slight disadvantage. My appropriacy mark for the letter is going to be 1 mark is going to be deducted from appropriacy. So I did an estimation. If I can recall correctly, the first 4 listening tasks should be around 50 something marks, and if I accidentally lose maybe 4 marks on that, and then 4 more marks on each of the tasks, maybe 5 in the last one because I sucked, I will still secure at around 84%, minus 1.001%. Minus 1.01%, actually times 0.99. I will still get an 83.4%, which I think is 3 double star, but then I don't know. But even if I don't get 3 double star here, I am confident that I'm gonna get 5 double stars in reading, writing, and the SBA part, especially for the SBA, because I got a perfect score for the SBA because I'm a legend. So if we have 3 5 double stars and 1 maybe 5 star, or maybe 2 5 stars and 2 5 double stars, there's still a good chance that I'm going to end up with a 5 double star overall. And also reading is there's a huge percentage for reading and 25% for SBA overall. So, you know, there's a good chance. So right now it is April 30th. Fuck. Um and I should start counting down how many days left until the exam's over. As of now, it's 12. I think 12 days until the exam's over. And also at the same time 2 days until my next 2 battles. I just spent 23 blank A4 papers and printed Physics 2017 DSE, some Chinese mock, as you can see right here, as well as the Maths Trial 3 paper, the whole thing with the multiple choice questions. And today it's going to be very busy. The schedule is going to be very tight. I'm going to try my best to do Physics 2017 and also Maths, the full thing. And also I want to do some Chinese reading. I will not do the whole Chinese reading paper, but I want to do the whole Physics 2017 paper. And other than that, that's pretty much it. Today I woke up at around 11:30 because I was just so tired. But this morning I actually fell asleep at around 2 a.m., which is actually very problematic. Hopefully I can fall asleep or at least go to bed at around 12:30 tonight. If I can't fall asleep, sleeping pills always there to help me. And hopefully I can get at least 7 hours of sleep for the maths exam because I need my head to be extremely sharp to a point of insanity before maths. Yeah. So right now it's 3:43 p.m. I just corrected my Maths Trial 2 exam and I got a 92 out of 105, which is extremely great. Well, not exactly 92 because some parts I was a little loose on myself. I forgot a couple conclusion sentences, but let's just say that in the exams I will remember 92 out of 105. It's great. And I don't know why when I did these exams a few months back, I'd get 60 something and 70 something. Like, what? Why did I get so good all of a sudden? Anyways, I'm already a couple hours late in my schedule. I am going to do Maths Trial 3 right now. Hopefully, if I have time, I will complete the MCs as well. But most importantly, the long questions. And let's go. And then afterwards, I think I'm going to do some Physics 2017. But given that it is almost 4 p.m. now, I don't think I will be able to finish up Physics 2017. So if I can't, then I will do 2017 MCs and then 2016 MCs and then wave goodbye. And also tonight, I'm going to do some Chinese reading and also some Chinese passages, memorizing, extravaganza, whatever, Alright, I'm back in doing maths. As you can see, I've already done 12 long questions. As you can see, all the way from here to here to here. Now, this is a little tricky. Alright. Figure 3a shows a container in the shape of half of a right circular cylinder. The length of the circular cylinder is 30 cm, and its vertical cross-section is a semicircle of radius 10 cm and center O. The container is held vertically on a horizontal table. It contains oil and water, which do not mix with the water at the bottom. The depth of the water in the container is 2 cm, and CD to AB is 524, as shown in figure B. Find the area of sector OAB. So, this is O, this is A, this is B. The sector is not the triangle. The sector is OAB with the arc, which is weird. Now, I've been thinking for a little bit, but I know that O to the bottom is also 10 because this is the radius and this should also be the radius. Duh. And since it says the depth of the water is 2 cm, then O to the midpoint of AB should be 8, right? Now that I have this information, this is 8 and this is 10, I can find this angle times 2, then I will get angle OAB. And with angle OAB, out of 360 degrees, times pi times 10 square, then I'll get the sector. Okay, for question B, is the volume of the oil greater than the volume of the water in the container? This is also really tricky. I thought about it for a while, but I think I've solved it. So, I think it has something to do with the sector, because why would they ask this question in the first place, right? I know how to find AB because we already have this angle, so I did a cosine theorem thing and got AB equals to 12, so CD is 15. Now, I can find the volume of water by using the sector 64.4 and minus OAB, the triangle, and then times 30 because, container. And if I know that CD is 15, I can find the angle COD, thus find the sector of the thing, and then the sector minus COD, the triangle, and I'll find the volume of oil plus water, and then I minus the volume of, I subtract the volume of water from the volume of oil plus water to get the volume of oil alone, and so I can solve this. Okay, I feel like I have ran into another really tricky and difficult question. Actually, the previous one is already difficult enough, where basically we have two lines, L and L prime, but L doesn't matter, so we got L prime already, the equation of L prime. And then G is a point on L prime. Circle C and circle C with center G passes through Q. Q is 12, 0. So G could be here, but G could be there as well. And we need to prove that the equation of C is this, and I proved it after a lot of hard work. That's what I did. And we also need to find the area of the smallest circle which passes through P and G if A, wait a second, passes through P, passes through P? There's no P. I'm assuming that it's A. Yeah, oh, P is 15.5. I see. Shoot. Oh, I made a mistake then. But it also passes through 4,8. So I subbed a 4,8 into the thing. K is 3. This is the center. And the area is 34 pi. But I don't think it's actually 34 pi. It could be though. But if it passes through 4,8, also passes through 15.5, also passes through 12, 0, then, I mean, the radius must always be the same, am I right? I don't know. Anyways, this one, yeah. I've solved it, boys. Alright, so A tons of waste are disposed in the nth year at landfill P since the start of its operation, where n is a positive integer. Starting from the second year since the start of the operation of P, the weight of the waste disposed at P each successive year is R% more than the previous year. The weights of the waste disposed at P in the second year and the fifth year is respectively these two. If the total weight of the waste at P in the first K year since the start of the operation is greater than 9.5 million tons, find the minimum value of K. Now, there are two parts to this question. We need to find the value of R and the weight of the waste disposed in the first year first. So with a simultaneous equation, I found R and I found W. So now that I have W, I know what is the starting weight. And this is the sum of a geometric sequence formula. So I put that in here, and the ratio is 1.2 because R is 20%. So this, and then this, and 2.693. I hope that this is right. All right, second last question, also known as question 18. Up. There we go. Oh, it's a graph question. Okay, I'm gonna film myself complete the final ultimate question. Yeah. So, I didn't complete this one. No, not this one. This one, because I didn't know how to do this one. It's A and B are extremely easy, but this one is really weird, so I'm not gonna do it. Realistically, I will not have enough time to do it anyways. So, 19A. Figure A, 4A shows a piece of pentagonal paper. Card ABCDE, where ABCD is a parallelogram. So, okay, yep. So, this should be 20. AC is 24. CD is 20. AE equals to AB. So, AE equals to AB. And DE is 18. Suppose that ACD is 80 degrees. Okay, the length of AD, that's easy. You can see what am I doing, right? The length of AD is cosine theorem, boys. Very simple. All right. This thing 24, 20, 80 degrees. 34, 20, 80 degrees. 28.4. All right, 28.4 centimeters. I'm gonna save it at slot. Oh shoot! I'm gonna save it at slot A. Now, okay, that's only A1. For A2, find AED. This is 28.4. AED, this one. Well, oh. AB is 20 cm. Properties of parallelogram. So AE is 20. So 20, 18 minus 20, 20, 18 cosine AED. So AED is alpha A, that's A, minus 20 minus 18, and do this. It's supposed to be positive because this is an obtuse angle. Negative 2, 20, 18, yep, and then cosine it, shift cosine it, 96.8 degrees. Save it at slot B. All right, easy. All right, this is how am I gonna film this anyways? Question B, describe how the area of ADE varies when ACD decreases from 80 to 20 degrees. What the frick? So ACD gets smaller and smaller, right? But everything stays the same. So if this is ADE, if this is ACD, right? 24, 20, then AD should be smaller, I guess. And the area of AD becomes very small. But if it's 80 degrees, this is a very strange question, because in this case, then okay, come on. In this case, then AD is not constant. So basically what I'm doing is that I'm putting these two formulas together. So it's still 96.8, of course. And the only variable in my calculator right now is the degree of ACD, which is this one. So in 80, it's 96.8. If it's 20, 25. So it generally gets smaller from 80 degrees to 20 degrees, except this question is 3 marks, okay? Which means there's some sort of trickery, and I don't believe it's that straightforward. So it goes from 96.8 to 25.4. But what if, okay, what if in the middle, or in some spot, in some sweet spot, okay, the degree of AED is actually larger than 96.8, so it gets a little larger and then a lot smaller, say 45. Well, not larger, but you know, we can always hope. 60. Maybe 65. Nope. Well, goddamn, look at that. Don't deny that the world doesn't look depressing. I mean, it looks like this every sunset at around 6:20, 6:30 p.m. And there's just an area of golden sunlight sort of shining, a slight shade on the buildings, and it's all concrete. This is what I see every day when I look out the window for 8 years. It's quite beautiful, actually. Not in a beautiful way. Beautiful, not in a beautiful way. So I finished Maths Trial 3. I don't know what the hell did I calculate here, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna do this now, and it's already 6 something. It's not actually 46. It's 6:43, and I'm gonna try to finish this. And after this, I'm gonna have dinner, and yay! Okay, so now I'm doing paper 2, and I decided to record because this paper so far is extremely easy. Let me show you a bit of a recap. And you know, of course I want you guys to see me get good, you know? So this thing is easy because I subbed it. Same for this one, I subbed it. For this one, I basically expanded it and I got it. For this one, it's easy, you just need to look at it. For this one, it's easy because you find a K and then you just sub each answer to it. For this one, you solve it. It's easy. For this one, you basically find the ratio of A to B to C first, and then you find the ratio of A to B to C to D first, and then you get D. For this one, it's easy. You know the formula. You know the deal. For this one, it's a simultaneous equation, as you can see, easy. For this one, it's also a bit of a simultaneous equation, but not as simultaneous. You can sub one of them into another one immediately. And for this one, you look at it. For this one, I'm guessing, I don't know if I'm correct or not, but it's, simple. This one, also a simultaneous equation. This one, a Pythagoras theorem and a trapezium formula. This one, an arc formula and a sector formula. This one, I'm not too sure, but I kind of know the 4:7, the ratio between the height and the area thing. This one, I sort of deduced that AD is this thing and BC is this thing, the, trigonometry, whatever. This thing I subbed, this thing I solved, and now we are over to question 20 right here, and you can see me. So in the figure, as you can see, AD is the diameter of the circle. AD and B intersect at F. BED is 68 degrees, and BC, CD, and DE are all the same. Find DFE. So, I got this. So first of all, since AD is the diameter, I can do this and find this, because AED must be 90 degrees. So this is 22. Yeah. So this is 90, this is 22. And I believe that the next step, well, this is a little tougher, I must admit. 20, okay, if this is 22 degrees, then this has to be 22 as well, right? Because angles in the same segment, right? Then this is 68 as well, because angles in the same segment, right? So now I got this, which is, well, actually this is easy because this is 90, then, right, duh, I'm dumb. This is 90. So, oh, I don't want to do this though, because this messes everything up if I mess up. But if I connect C with E, then if I connect C with E, then this one equals to CED. And this one equals to, okay, I think I'm overthinking. DFE, oh my god. Okay, whoa. We need to back off a little bit first. DFE. If DFE, let's assume that DFE is 22 degrees. Actually, that doesn't seem realistic. So let's say it is 56 degrees. 56, okay, 56. Then FDE is 65. Wait, what the heck am I doing? Then FDE is 55. Okay, so FDE is 55 plus 22 is 77. If this is 77, oh I'm dumb. I'm fucking dumb. BCD is 180 degrees minus 68. Right? because this thing and this thing are opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral. And since this is 112, CDB and CBD are the same, then we can do this. 12 over 2, 34. Boom, 34 degrees. Now that we have 34, we can find out, okay? I need to turn on the air conditioning. I'm evaporating. This is 34, then this is 34, then this is... Okay, it's getting more and more complicated, but I feel like I'm one step closer, okay? One step closer. If this is 34, then... Some of you are yelling at me right now. I can feel it. 68 minus 34 is also 34. So CED and CEB are the same, which makes a lot of sense. Oh, maybe we need to use equal chords, equal angles thing. No wait. Oh, no. Equal chords, equal angle at the friggin' circumcenter, which is not a proof, but it is indirectly a real proof. So which means if CDB, if this angle CDB is 34, then CEB, this angle is 34, then DEC, this angle is also 34, which means that DBE is also 34. And since DBA, this angle is 90, so EBA is 90 minus 34, 56. So we got this thing is 56, all right. Why am I... Is it just me or everything's getting more and more complicated? What the heck? Okay, so this is 36. So now we can know that DAE is also 34. Duh. DAE is also 34. Then 34 plus 22 is 56 because exterior angles. So that's why the answer is C. It is actually 56. All right, so much. I believe there's an easier way to solve it, but I solved it nonetheless. So you know what, whatever. If each interior angle of a regular polygon is 162 degrees, okay, so n minus 2, 180 over n equals to 162, then n is shimata. Okay, let's start over. Degrees, this thing. So 180 minus 162 equals to this thing 20. So n is 20, right? So there are 20 sides. So if there are 20 sides, then the number of diagonals. So if there are 20 sides to the polygon, then wait, I need to double check it. I'm paranoid. Okay, if there are 20 sides, then the number of diagonals is actually, there are 19 points that you can connect to from each point. And then you divide that by 2. So from each point, 19, you pick 1, so 19, duh. And then 19 over 2, what the heck? 19 per 18 over 2. Wait a second. Okay, I don't know about 1. The number of diagonals in the polygon is 9. Each exterior angle is 18. Okay, this should be easy. Yep, that's true. 2 is right. If 2 is right, then 1 is automatically wrong. Then the number of axes of is 20. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so the answer is D. All right. 7, 11. A is rotated clockwise about the origin 90 degrees to A prime. B, 1, 2, 3, -5 is rotated anti-clockwise. Okay. To B prime. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is annoying. I know how to do this, but this is annoying. So for A, the answer, the coordinates of A prime is 11, -7, and then for B prime, it is 5, 3. So for these two to be perpendicular to one another, A prime. Okay, so the slope of A prime is okay, 11 minus 7 over 7 minus 11. I think there's a better way to do this. Okay, so -9 over 2. Right. BB prime is -5 minus 3 and 3, 4. So 1 is wrong. They are not actually perpendicular. Are they all collinear? I hope not. What? Alright, so far so good. This one, there's a trickery, and this is the trickery. I'm not sure about 32. This 28 is super easy. 29 is kind of easy too. So is this one. And so far so good. For this one, A10B are the first 3 terms of a geometric sequence, and log A, C, log B are the first 3 terms of an arithmetic sequence. Okay, I already know what I did wrong, so you can't do this. B over 10, however, equals to 10 over A, right? So this means that, this means BA equals to 1. Nope, this means BA equals to 100, which is weird, I guess, because now log A, okay. Now we have this. So log B minus C equals to log that equals to C minus log A. So I guess I need to make a simultaneous equation so I can sub BA equals to 100 into this. Thus, I will be able to find C. Fuck. It's 1:09 a.m. I should have gone to bed an hour ago. I also, in summary of what happened today, I didn't do as much as I intended to in the start of the day, which is really problematic. I didn't do Physics 2017. I didn't do the Chinese reading exercises. Tomorrow I plan to do Biology 2015, so I guess I have to push Physics 2017 to another day. However, I did Physics 2016 MCs. I got a 20 out of 33, which is incredibly concerning and scary, and that hurt my feelings. I also did trial exams 3 MCs. I got 39 out of 45, which is pretty great actually, but you know, I could have done better. At the same time, I've also done the long questions. I spent a hefty amount of time today doing the maths. Tomorrow I will do the same, actually even more. But so far I think I have revised for, I think 6 hours or 6.5 hours today, so that's good, I guess. Yeah, I need to sleep now. Goddamn.